Okay, at this time, we'd like to welcome our own state assembly member, John Laird. We've asked John to be present to present our tribute to parents of queer youth segment of our show.
Elected in 2002 as one of the first two openly gay male members of the legislature and re-elected in 2004 and 2006, Assemblymember John Laird represents the 27th Assembly District, including portions of Santa Cruz, Monterey, and Santa Clara counties.
That guy was laughing at me. Yes.
You're so mean.
Prior to the Assembly, Mr. Laird served 8 years as a Cabrillo trustee and 2 terms on the Santa Cruz County Council, including 2 terms as mayor, becoming one of the first openly gay mayors in America. Mr. Laird was also a founding board member of the Santa Cruz AIDS Project and served as the agency's executive director.
Mr. Laird chairs the Budget Committee and serves as a member of several standing committees, including Judiciary, Labor, Employment, and Natural Resources. In December 2006, Mr. Laird was named chair of the legislature's LGBT caucus. Sorry.
You didn't even laugh at her.
It's okay.
Raised in Vallejo and educated in public schools, Mr. Laird's parents were both educators. He graduated from UCSC's Stevenson College. Assemblymember Laird lives in Santa Cruz with his partner John Flores. He is fluent in Spanish, has traveled widely, and is a lifelong Chicago Cubs fan.
Please welcome to the stage Assemblymember John Laird.
Thank you. They were laughing at me. Thank you very much. As was just said, I was tasked with the issue of making tribute tonight to parents, which is very important. I mean, I'm really proud to share the stage with some of the honorees and some of the performers tonight. And I thought what was really good is almost every single person that received a youth award mentioned that they had a parent here and how they honored their parents. And I really appreciate the fact that the parents are here as their kids are being honored to show that kind of support. And what I wanted to do just for a moment is get personal, which I usually don't get a chance to do in my job, because as was mentioned, when I was elected mayor in 1983, I was in the first class of openly gay mayors in the history of the country, and it was my 15 minutes of fame, something I hadn't fully anticipated would happen. And my parents were both born and raised in the Midwest. My mom is from a town of 300 in South Dakota. And I do not think when she was growing up, and she has so much as said this, that she knew she'd come to California, have 3 kids, and 2 of them would be gay. And it was something that she's always made it clear, as did my father, that they loved all their children equally, that it was very important, and they were very supportive. But it was something they had to get used to because the times were such that they had no roadmap or they had no idea how to do it. And suddenly, I was beaming in on every TV station into their town as having been elected as one of the first, because at the time there were less than, I think, 10 openly gay elected officials in the country, and here my story is beaming into their town. And it had not occurred to me, being egocentric, as some kids and many politicians are, that they had not told many of their friends that they had gay sons. And so it wasn't just me being on the front page of every paper in Northern California, it was my parents coming out as parents. And I joke because my youngest brother called and said, it's like a funeral around here. People are bringing casseroles. Which was about the only time I was alarmed during that whole process. But they started to get phone calls and letters, and my mother got this letter. They were both teachers, and got this letter from a fellow teacher that said, you know, I never thought much of gay people. I always thought they were kind of weird. I always snickered at Harvey Milk. And I realized that this son came from your family, and I know you, and I know your husband, and I know your other son, and it's a very loving family. It's a very wonderful group of people. And I've clearly made a mistake, and I will never snicker at anybody gay again. And I think that was part of the coming out experience for my parents. And I think that, you know, I'm sure there was at least one parent that tonight was thinking, oh, well, let's go and get this done at the awards. And yet there is no roadmap for going through this. There is the love that you have for a kid and how that love manifests itself and how they are being clear about who they are and how they're going to live their life. And the best thing they can do is live their life as somebody that is loved and supported and appreciated for who they are. And I think the real reason we have awardees tonight is the fact that that's going on in many places with other parents that probably didn't think that was going to be what happened to them and didn't have a roadmap and had to handle it just by pulling from within them who they were and the love they had and the appreciation for their kids. And so that's why this point in the program is just because so many people, whether it's just supporting their kid as they go to school today or come home and tell them what it was like during the day, or whether they join PFLAG, or whether they contribute to these awards, those parents are as much a part of this success and the growth and the change in our community as anything. So tonight, I just want to say on behalf of the people that organized this event, congratulations and a salute to every parent that played a role and a part of these kids' success.